to yet another episode of The Journey So Far. My name is Nanaya Boatma, and this is brought to you by Eco to Top Multi Services. Here we have Eco to Top Maternity Home and Clinic. We have the printing press, the fitness club, the massage haven, physiotherapy, homeopathic, the online business radio where we are seated now, and of course the newborn baby, the account management service. And this is the journey so far. Today we are having a publisher in our midst. I'm going to engage him in his journey in the business as a publisher. You are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Will you please tell us a little bit about yourself? I'm sure people want to know you more.
Yeah, my name is Raphael Awinda. Like you said, I am into publishing.
Okay.
And I have been into publishing for some couple of years now.
Okay.
Yeah, like the last time I told you about how I started, and I don't know whether I have to go through again once again.
Of course, you have to go through.
Yeah. So originally, I can say I was into teaching.
Okay.
I taught for several years. My teaching career started at the senior high level.
Okay.
Where I did some number of years, at least close to 9 to 10 years at that level.
Okay.
From there, I decided to venture into publishing.
Okay.
So why publishing and something, not something else?
Yes.
Okay, I would just say that when most of the time people say it is when you are eating that the appetite comes more. Okay, when you are eating, the appetite comes more.
When you are eating something you really like,
okay,
then the
you see?
appetite comes
Yes,
more.
yes, yes. So you know, I decided to move away from teaching, but it came to me to the mind that why not? Once I have decided to go out from teaching, because I still have that how do you call it, envy, or I still have
zeal to still teach people,
should be in contact to still transfer knowledge.
Okay.
That's the main thing. Transferring knowledge, that's the main thing that has really kept me how do you call it, that has pushed me rather towards publishing.
Okay.
Because whilst you are no more in the classroom with the children, is there any way you can still be teaching them while you are not in contact with them?
Okay.
So I decided, no, I can do that through books.
Okay.
So still teach them through books. So that's what led me to publishing.
Okay, before we go into the publishing itself,
Yeah.
how was your experience like during your stay in the class or teaching the children in the class?
I was, let me say, not to brag, but I wasn't a bad teacher. I was very good. I was a language teacher, actually.
Okay.
That is my background. When I was in, how do you call it? I was teaching the senior high. I was teaching German language.
Wow.
So I did my first degree in German language. That's what I taught in senior high school for close to 9 years.
Okay.
But because there was a lack of English teacher around that time, so I was also coupling teaching, how do you call it, English and then along the German language. So I did also a bit of French that I can also teach easily. So languages were my, how do you call, my area. So that's what I taught. I wasn't a bad teacher because up to now, my students that I taught,
before.
Some have chosen my path just because of what they have seen.
They're choosing your path as in teaching or going into publishing?
No, as to teaching.
Okay.
As to teaching.
Okay.
As to learning languages first at the University of Ghana. Here I have 2 students now that are very good also in the German language.
Okay.
That have even gone further than me because some have their doctorate. The last person I met was teaching at the, how do you call it, one of the language schools. Yeah. So that is it. I wasn't a bad teacher, actually, to some extent.
You weren't a bad teacher.
I wasn't.
So 9 years teaching.
Yeah, 9 years.
You are proud of what you left behind.
Yeah, and I'm still sharing what I have. Still sharing because of through books. You know, one thing about publishing is what makes you very happy about publishing is not the money. Yes, the money side also is very good, but when you are in the house one day and as usual, when you hear your phone ringing, and then on the other side of the line you hear somebody calling just to thank you for
the knowledge you
the book the person or he or she has read, and then it was a very good book. It was well written. That was what he or she was looking for, and how do you call it? Encouragement comes, like, continue being with us, write more about this and that, and so on and so forth. That is what will make you happy.
So you get a lot of testimonies.
Yeah, people do call to congratulate me. So that's one thing that is, I feel better with that than how do you call it, the money side. And most of the time, that's what
we normally say. But the money is very important.
It's very important,
you know?
actually. It's
that
very
is
important.
Why we are struggling, really.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: are you a Togolese?
Yes, my father is a Togolese. My mother is a Ghanaian. But let me say, I did a lot of my studies in Togo before crossing to Ghana. Yes. But as I'm talking to you now, I have crossed carpets. I have adopted the country.
The Ghanaian living more than
the Togo one. So I'm both of them. I'm a Ghanaian and a Togolese at the same time. Yes.
Yeah, both of them, a Ghanaian and a Togolese at the same time. Okay. So is it only the senior high school level that you taught?
No.
You never came down?
I think that is a good one. That is a good question. Yeah, right after the senior high, I have these projects about enriching people's knowledge about the French language at a lower level. That is the basic schools. Right, because I have noticed some challenges when it comes to the way books are written those days, the way books are written about the French language and so on and so forth. So to do that, what I decided to do is to go to the ground itself. So I have to apply. Those days I was living in Accra, but I wanted an experience in a school that is a bit far from Accra. So that is what led me to Kaswa, where I'm living up to date. So I decided to take a job at a school here called Gateway School Complex. I've been there for also, I think, took there up to 5 years or 6 years, just to do the experimentation. So I remember very well when I was being interviewed. I was asked the question, why from senior high level are you descending down?
Yeah,
and you are even willing to take class 1. Why not JHS and so on and so forth? I told them no. I wanted to see how I can fare at that level.
What was actually the problem with the French? You talked about how they wrote it in those times. What was actually the problem?
Yeah, the problem mainly was about the mistakes, the grammar mistakes, the spelling mistakes, sometimes the construction. So it was the mix of everything in those books. Yeah, the mistakes were of all sorts. Grammar, spelling, construction, sentence construction, and so on and so forth. So that is the main thing. That was it. So I came, and then after 5 years, whilst I was teaching those students, I was recording everything about them. The method I was using, which one was successful, how to set the questions, and so on and so forth. So as I was doing that in I think my second or third year, so I started writing the books. So I have my first books on the market were about the French language for these kids.
Oh, okay.
They have been there so far. Practical aid in French, that is in my name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Practical
Aid
aid
in
in
French.
French.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is my book. The first book I launched on the market.
Okay, so your method, because I
Yeah.
remember back in primary school,
Yeah.
they only taught us this French in a poem or song
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I will still want to remember
Yeah.
something like le coq chante, le
Yeah.
jour paraît.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was always this song and poem type, but is your method quite different from that one?
You know, people do say teaching French at a lower primary or at a lower level is better done through poems. Yes, it is true, but it can also be done through some other techniques. Some other techniques, basic techniques that we can also use to teach the language at these children's level.
Okay.
You know, I made, sometimes people say I make wonders when I teach. At that level, I made wonders those days. And what I usually do for these children, there are three things when you are teaching those children. You must teach them how to pronunciation first thing. Pronunciation, the second thing, how to spell the word they are pronouncing. The third thing is what is the meaning of that word
That particular word.
in the English language.
Okay.
That is it. So you have to be rigorous in what you are teaching. You have to be precise. You have also to be you have to be repeating yourself always when you are teaching those children. Repeating yourself, being rigorous on your method. So if you say, I teach the pronunciation first, don't come another day and say, I'm teaching the meaning first. So you have to be precise about it. And it goes like that. And the children will get it.
Okay.
Poem is good. They must be there always. But we can also do some other things.
Okay.
And it will work alongside. It will really work. Yeah.
So from the way you are speaking, it looks like teaching was actually a passion to you.
Yeah. I like teaching, and I think I enjoy teaching the children more than when I was in senior.
If you
in senior high.
enjoyed
Yeah.
teaching,
Yeah.
why did you then switch to publishing?
Like I said, you know, I wanted to do something else. That's what I decided to do. Go do something else. But I noticed that my passion is still there. The desire to keep in touch with students is still there. But how can I do it without actually being in the classroom? So
So you think it wasn't about the money, because they said teaching is the lowest paying job around here?
Yeah.
It wasn't about the money?
No, I came into teaching because I wanted to correct certain things in the system.
Okay.
And maybe it is when I came into, how do you call it, when I started writing, that I say, there's money. There's money in there.
In writing?
Yes.
More than the teaching?
Yes. But the first thing that led me into writing is to correct those things.
Okay.
Yes. And let me tell you this. When I got to that level, those days, I couldn't recommend any book for teaching. Okay. Because any book that was brought to me, the same mistakes that I talk about were there. Any book brought to me, the same mistakes were there.
And it was basically the French?
The French.
Okay.
Yes. So I couldn't recommend any book. For the 5 year or 6 year, I thought that I couldn't recommend any book. So I take books here and there, the dictionary, and then come out with my own thing that I teach the children, taking it from the syllabus. Okay. So that's how I taught them. Yeah.
Maybe you speak one sentence in
French. What will I say? Bien, mon nom c'est Raphael, je m'appelle Monsieur Raphael, Awinda. Je suis un professionnel dans l'écriture.
Oh no, if I give you the chance, you are going to read the whole passage right now. Okay. Let's go to the German part.
Yeah.
Were you in Togo whilst learning the German language?
Yeah, by my how do you call it? My studies in the university were done in, how do you call it?
In Togo.
Yes, and I studied, my first degree is in the German language.
Okay.
The first degree. That's my degree that I did on campus in Togo in the University of Lomé. It's the German language that I did. So my first degree, I couldn't continue just because of certain reasons.
Yeah.
I couldn't continue. That I have to cross towards.
Why did you choose German language?
Because it was I like things that are difficult.
And it was a difficult language.
Yeah, I remember very well. Those days we were given the choice between the Spanish language and the German language.
Okay.
When I started Spanish quickly, I was getting it too quickly. So I said it is too easy for me. So I had to shift to something that would be challenging to me. So I took the German language, and it was challenging, but it was good as a language.
Okay. It was good as a language.
Yeah.
Okay. So looking at your studies in other language, now you have the German language, you have the French, the English is there.
Yeah.
Being in Ghana, obviously there are some Ghanaian language you can also speak as well.
Yeah.
What do you say about languages, studying languages?
It's an interesting, how do you call it, field. Languages are very, very important. Learning, when you want to understand or speak a language quickly, I think you have just to be a bit attentive. You have to listen more than you speak.
Okay.
That's how may I term it. Listening more than you speak.
Okay.
When you listen more, you come to speak without realizing it. But if you want to do the opposite, you will be in difficulties.
Yes.
It means you talk more than you listen. You will not be somebody who can learn languages and learn it well.
Okay.
So if you want to be a good language, a speaker in a language, or learn a language and be good in that language, learn to listen more.
Okay.
Learn to listen more than you speak. If you make the effort of speaking more than you listen, you may find it difficult. You will come to speak, but you will not make it easily than the person who listen more than he speaks. Now, the person who listens more than he speaks will come to speak the language better
than you that
than
do the talking more than
the speaker. Okay. Better because he might take longer time to speak, but when he starts speaking, it will be coming easily and better than the person who does the opposite.
Okay.
Yes. So listen more. When you want to learn a language, understand it, and speak it very well, listen more than you speak. I remember very well a person that I admire, still admiring today, the person who taught me somehow how to speak the language without him coming in contact with me. I think that one of your pastors here, Pastor Otabo, Mensa Otabo.
Okay.
Yes. You see, the person he speaks normally. He doesn't slang nothing.
I think speaks naturally.
Yes, naturally. So you just have to be listening to people like that. Listen them more. When you are at your quiet place somewhere, just be listening to these people, such kind of people, and then before you realize you are speaking.
You are speaking very well.
Yeah.
So that is a shout out to Pastor Otabo.
Yeah. Okay.
Very,
very, very good inspirational.
How has learning languages helped you?
Well, it has helped me in many ways. I made my living first with languages. I have been at places where I have to help people to quickly understand each other.
Okay.
Because by translating and so and so, I have used how do you call it? I have attended conferences without anybody knowing me. Bigger places that I haven't imagined to be. Okay. I've been there just because somebody called me. You have to attend this conference, and so forth. So the last one was just some 2 months ago. Okay. Yeah. So languages are just good. You just have to how do you call it? If you want to, your passion is there, just go into it deeply, and then you reap the benefits.
It is the journey so far with me, Nanaya Boatima, brought to you by Equal to Top Multi Services. These are sponsored by Equal to Top Maternity Home and Clinic, the Fitness Club, the Physiotherapy, the Massage Haven, the Printing Press, the Online Business Radio, and of course the Account Management Service. We're going to continue with publisher Raphael. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
So we were talking about the language.
Yep.
And now that took you out of class, you are now a publisher.
Yeah.
How long has it been since you started publishing?
I think close to 8-9 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 to 9 years now.
Okay.
Into publishing.
And how has the journey been?
Not so easy, but we thank God for how far He got us. It wasn't easy actually. We started as people who were passionate about doing something for the to enrich students. Okay. And along the line, we discovered also that we can make small money out of it.
Okay.
And that has been it. So we thank God for what He has done so far for us. Okay. It wasn't so easy actually. It will never be easy when you start. Yes. But you just have to be focused on what you want to do.
Okay. And
continue doing it, whatever be the challenges you are encountering on your way. You have to keep on moving towards the focus and the target that you have set for yourself, and so on and so forth. So it wasn't easy actually. Okay. Yeah.
What was your first book that you published?
Yeah, like I made mention of it just now. It was a French book called Practical Aid in French.
Practical Aid in French.
It's still on the market, but along the line I gave it out as a copyright out of how do you call it? It's no more in my hands, but I sold the right to somebody who's continue printing it. So when you hear or see in any bookshop Practical Aid in French, you see that's my book.
But why did you sell it off?
You know, sometimes when you use a product for some time, it is better for you to do away with it for some time, so that it brings benefits that can be financial and can also be strategical.
But wouldn't it be part of your achievement if it was still existing?
Yeah, it still exists.
Or will you still call it part of your achievement?
Yes, it is still mine, part of my achievement, in the sense that my name is still on it. That's what I agreed with them.
Oh, okay.
My name will not be removed on it. That's it's part of the contract we have set for ourselves. So it is still my name that is on that book.
It's still the journey so far with Equal to Top Business Radio, and I'm still here with the publisher, Mr. Raphael. So I was asking about you sending the books out.
Yeah.
When you send them out, they don't pay on cash.
No, you know, there's a strategy. It's a trend. I will not say a strategy. It's a trend that cuts across on the publishing market in Ghana.
Okay.
You know, most of the schools will not pay on cash.
Okay.
On delivery, they will not pay on cash on delivery. So what we do is you send the books. Once they have how do you call it, send you the orders. Their orders, you supply the books.
Okay.
But you give them a minimum of 1 month.
Okay.
A maximum of 3 months.
Okay.
Within that limit, they must pay the money. Yeah. But along the line, what we have done as publishers is to come out with a strategy. We have 3 options we give you when we go. The first option is when you pay on cash, your percentage that we will give you, there's a percentage we give you off your order.
Okay.
So if you pay us on cash, your percentage off the whole amount is 10%.
Okay.
Sorry, 20%. Okay. 20%. We give you 20% off the total amount of money. If you pay us a part of the money, we give you 15% off.
Okay.
And then if you don't pay at all, you pay in 3 month time or 1 month time, then we will give you a percentage of 10.
All right.
That is it. So we did this just to help them, to push the people to do what? To be paying. To be paying. That is it.
And that was working?
It was working. It's still working.
It's still working?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still working.
Okay. Do you only give to schools, or you also deliver to bookshops?
Bookshops also do approach us. We do deliver to bookshops. And for them also, normally for them, part payment must be made. We don't give them on credit, okay, like we do to schools.
Okay.
For bookshops, part payment must be made. If not, full payment must be made, okay, before we give you the books.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me take this particular question. The books you produce, yeah, out there,
yeah,
I'm sure you have a price for each.
Yeah.
Do the schools or the bookshops sell it the same as, because you were talking about a percentage, yeah, you give them? Do they, yeah, sell per the price you bring on board, or they also add up to something? They
go their own way. They add up.
So there's no pricing strategy from your side to their side?
No, we tried from the beginning. As if I say we, as I'm speaking like publishers in Ghana, we tried to do something like that, but it didn't work. The schools were later annoyed with us. We should, once they have bought the books, they have the right to do whatever they want with the books. So you can see, for example, the price you give, they bought it at a certain price from you, but you go and then here in one school, that price has been doubled.
Yes, because parents are really crying, yeah, when it comes to textbooks.
Yes, it has been doubled. So no, we don't have any.
And when you ask schools or proprietors of, yeah, schools, they will, yeah, tell you, oh, is the books are expensive from the publishers, and
no, it is not so. It's not so. Sometimes they do it, overdo it. The monies or whatever they add on it is too much. It's just too much.
But don't we have a regulatory body like the Ghana Publishers Association to come up with something that will normalize the pricing? Because most often when you go to schools, the prices are up. Yeah. Bookshop is different. Yeah. And those on the street is also different. Yeah. Yeah. It's making it quite difficult for, yeah, education to be a bit accessible nowadays.
It's true. I think it is. That will be the ideal thing to do in the system, where we come out, we could come out with something that can really have to the kind of controlling what you are talking about. But as I'm talking to you now, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that.
If there's nothing like that, then, yeah, what is the regulatory body actually doing, representing? Because I know they exist.
Yeah, yeah. I will not say they are not doing their work. They are not trying to do something, but I think it is a system that is not allowing it to happen. Okay, that's what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
9 years down the lane, yeah, as a publisher,
yeah,
what are some of the challenges you faced, and how did you even solve it?
The main challenges, or the main challenge I faced, I would say, was my beginning. The beginning, where you were not having the finances to do what you want to do. That was the main thing. But the general thing that any publisher will fail will tell you as a challenge when aside the finances from the beginning, will be the ability to survive on the market. Knowing that your book at any time can be copied and reproduced.
It happened.
It happens.
And you don't have any right to sue them?
You know, it's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult. When you look at the definition we give to a book, a book is a bit, it's 70, it's what, 70% or 7% of your creativity, 7% of your creativity or something like that. You know, when you go by the definition we give a book, it's difficult to really how do you call it, be able to say and show, demonstrate that
this one is mine, or someone else has copied me.
Your book.
Oh, okay.
It has to be, it can be your book, but the person just has to put a bit of his creativity in it, and then that's why it has changed to his own thing. Once it's not in your colors, it's not in your name, it's not exactly what you have.
The cover is different, the packaging is different.
Yeah. So that's the main challenge in the system. And aside the finances, the how to finance your book, the main challenge is the copyright, the people copying or plagiarizing your book. That is one thing. That's one thing. And how to sustain yourself on the market. You have a lot of books that are being published every year. How can you survive in the midst of all these things? So that's the main challenge of all the publishers. Okay. But if you know what you are about, you know what you are doing, you have that desire to succeed, to hit your target, I think you can make it. That's what some of us have done, and we are still there.
Okay. Yeah. I know, because a little research about you shows that you are working with Equal to Top Printing Press. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I had this opportunity to come into to know the company.
Okay.
And then I've been introduced to their publishing house.
Okay.
So yes, today we are doing something together.
Okay.
Thanks to the director of the company.
Okay.
Who has accepted to partner me to continue what I have so far done in publishing. So we are doing a wonderful job.
Okay.
The books at the right time, we will bring them. You see what we have done. And I think at the right time also we'll come also and testify, give some testimony about how we have sold them.
Okay.
And so on and so forth. As I'm talking to you, the production is built on. We will be going to the market. We have gone already for how do you call the marketing, and that is wonderful. People are calling.
They are loving it.
Yeah, the orders are being given.
Okay.
There is no day now since that time that I don't receive any call.
Okay.
Since the morning, the early morning, I have received at least 4 already. 4 calls. Yeah. Okay. 4 calls concerning the book. So the marketing has been good. People are in love of the book. They are talking about the pictures that are sharp and so on and so forth. So we are hoping that the sales also will be good for the company. So that is it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So looking at you working with Equal to Top Printing Press, how has the printing been, like the quality before and now? You've been working with some printing press, I know, before you came to Equal to Top. How is the quality of the printing like?
Like I said, I just made mention of it just now, that people are seeing a difference in the pictures, and the difference between the books that are being brought and ours. That's one thing, that is a plus. Because we are doing preschool books.
Yes.
And the lady who called me this morning was about making a reference to that.
Okay.
That she wants to change her books because of the pictures qualities that we have brought in our books.
Oh wow.
And she's telling me whether we are sure that the same thing will be reproduced in the main books that we are bringing.
Of course, with Equal to Top Printing Press.
Or it's for marketing.
The quality is what we are about.
Okay. So I assured her that we will be bringing her the same thing, so she shouldn't be afraid of anything. Okay. I think that it's the quality of the printing. And of course, being a publisher, I know what is on the market there. I think we stand out. Okay. That is one thing. We stand out. One thing that can really, really be positive for us this year. We stand out.
We stand out.
Yeah, we stand out.
That is Equal to Top Printing Press for you. Okay. Has the business been profitable, publishing business?
It's profitable. It's profitable. When you do it well, like we are saying that, like we have just mentioned it, because people, there are a lot of books,
yes,
but people will always go for
quality.
Yeah. Even though sometimes they don't want to pay for that quality, but they want the quality.
Yes.
Yeah. It's profitable when it is a quality thing that you are producing, and people must also learn to brand their books. Branding is very important.
Very, very important, because I've seen that you bought.
Yeah. So when you look at this,
and this is really something colorful.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Yeah. So that is branding. You have to meticulously do what, take care of the covers. Whatever is being designed should be well designed.
Okay.
And you take into account also the people to whom you are selling the books.
Okay.
The children.
Okay.
Okay. All those things also count. So that is it.
All right.
That is it.
Okay. What would be your last words? Should you be given the opportunity, to the youth, to the government, to the Ghana Publishing Association? What do you want to say?
I will, for the youth, I will encourage them to go that way. What I have noticed today is that the young men now, they like making noise than to sit down calmly and then
create something.
Yeah, create something. They like rapping more than. Okay, so I think the young men now have to sit up. If you don't take care with the time, whatever we have always learnt about those days, that these some thoughts, like if you want to hide something from an African,
put it in a book.
Put it in a book. I think that this thing is more and more becoming a reality.
Yes.
And with this new generation that is coming, if you don't take the passion of with the emergency of the social media and so on and so forth.
Technology.
If you don't take
I was actually going to ask you that, are you not scared that someday these books are not going to be useful again? People are actually going into technology.
Exactly. But books will always, the hard copy will always be there. It will be a reference. Hard copy will never disappear. The white man whose country is well developed, who knows read social medias and so on and so forth, is still having hard copies. Okay. Yeah. I even see how do you call it, even you journalists and so on and so forth, in your media houses today, you have all this technology, but still there are some people among you still want to hold something.
Books.
Yes, hold something they can write something on.
Yeah.
And read. So I don't think how do you call it, books hard copies will disappear. It will still be there. So the youth should sit also and continue writing. Continue writing, so that this culture of writing will also one day vanish from our system. To the government, I will just, and the government and our regulatory boards and so on and so forth, like we have just made mention of it here. I think if they can work on regularizing the book publishing market, it will help us in the sense that parents who are complaining about the high prices in schools and then in bookshops and so on and so forth, diversity of prices and so on and so forth. I think if we can do something to make this thing a bit, there's a conformity between the prices a bit in the bookshops, and then they should come out with something that will help parents also to survive. So that is it. So that's what I can say to end it.
Okay. Okay, so if someone wants to get in touch with you, maybe a contact number or something, or even your books, you see we have series. What is yours actually?
It's Wisdom Series.
Okay.
Our books is Wisdom Series. Wisdom Series is under the Wisdom Series.
Okay.
So if you want our books, just go, just call. Our numbers are on it, or you can call me straight away, 0549 176 0549 176 6792.
Okay.
So that is it. So you call Wisdom Series, any school, any time at all, we can come and supply you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any school, anytime they can come and supply you. And this is how we are going to wrap up the show. It's the journey so far with me, Nanaya Boatma, brought to you by Equal to Top Multi-Services. Yes, under this multi-services, we have the maternity home and clinic, we have the massage haven, the physiotherapy, the fitness club, the online business radio, where we are seated right now, giving you the opportunity to hear from experienced business men and women. And we also have the account management service. And I'm not going to leave out the printing press because we've talked a lot about it. After you listening to the publisher, he's telling you that before and now the quality is dragging people to come for more. So anything printable in a quality way, it's Equal to Top printing press. My name is still Nanaya Boatma. We'll be coming your way same time next week.